Building background knowledge, a key to reading comprehension. Research has been highlighting the importance of building background knowledge as a key to aiding comprehension for a student when they're about to read a text. So, what does this mean, building background knowledge? That's the easy part. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's all of a student's personal experiences or prior knowledge that they have about the topic of which they're going to read. There are three primary ways that a student sort of makes these personal connections to text. There's text to self, text to world, and text to text. Text to self is when a student stops and thinks, I've had experience with this before. Text to world is when a student thinks, I've seen this somewhere before. And text to text is when a student thinks, I've read about this somewhere before. So let's consider a concrete example. Imagine I am a fourth grade student and I'm coming into a classroom and the teacher has just announced that we're going to start a new book. And the book is The One and Only Ivan by Katherine Applegate. And this story is a fictional story, but it's based on a true story about a gorilla named Ivan that was kept in a cage at a mall. And so the story kind of wants the reader to imagine what would this gorilla have been experiencing or thinking or feeling. So the teacher who's going to build background knowledge for this story wants students to make these connections to self, world, and text. So, for example, I might think as a student, I've seen gorillas before at the zoo, and I've seen what they eat and how they interact with each other, and I know a little bit about maybe their behavior. Text to world, the student might stop and think, I saw an episode on Discovery Channel about gorillas, and I know a little bit about their habitats. And text to text, maybe the student has to think a little harder and thinks, I don't know if I've read anything about gorillas. Once I remember reading a storybook in second grade called Curious George. So all of these experiences comprise this background knowledge that a teacher wants to bring to the forefront to help this student better understand what they're about to read. Why is building background knowledge so important? Research indicates that it provides the context and meaning to what is being read. Essentially, it helps the reader sort of process what they are about to read. This makes sense if you really think about it. Now that I've thought about, let's say, experiences, connections, and so forth related to the gorillas that I'm going to read about, I can better anticipate what I'm about to hear. I have a better ability to be able to make predictions or inferences about what I am reading. I can visualize it better because I already have those mental images in my mind. And it also strengthens my ability to be able to understand character motivations and to even decipher word meanings if I hit a word that I don't know. All of these things are going to help make me a better reader. Here are some ideas to build that background knowledge, whether you're a teacher or a parent. One idea is using what we call think alouds or modeling. Every time you're about to read a story or hear a story, think out loud. Oh gosh, I remember when I was a little girl, and share that with the student. Another idea would be using multimedia. Do a quick Google search for a video clip that might help the student set the framework for what they're about to read. A quick write or a quick draw where you tell the student you have 1 minute to draw everything you know about gorillas or write everything you know about gorillas. And then you could partner that with a think, pair, share or a turn and talk where the student then turns to a friend and relates what they wrote down or drew about that topic. And lastly, you can always use graphic organizers, such as a KWL graphic organizer with 3 columns where the student notes what do they already know about the topic, what do they want to know about the topic, and then later upon reflection, what have they learned about the topic. These are all tremendous strategies to build that critical background knowledge so that we are building better readers every day.